Welcome, welcome. This is our Spiffy Accessory. So last week was our Spiffy training, and you know, it's just fun. It's just fun, you know, when you get that many women together who sew, we just have fun. So Marty came in one day and she had this on and I just loved it. And actually hers matched her blouse. It was the same fabric and it had 3 little buttons in the back where it could button onto the blouse. 3 little buttonholes and, you know, buttons and buttonholes. The buttons were on this portion. I'm going to call it the scarf. And then the holes were in the blouse, but then you could take it off and not wear it. So it was just really, really cute. All right, so the reason I say it's a Spiffy accessory is because, so I took it home and I sewed on it, you know, figured out the pattern because it's all sewn. Once it's sewn, it's, you know, not laying flat anymore. So, and I came back with this and I said to the ladies, I said, let me just practice teaching you so I can kind of get it, make it easier for you all. And so I'm saying do this and then do this and then, and they came back with, it's just a square. And they are right. It's just a square. For some reason, I just didn't see it. So Donna and Rhonda came all the way from Australia just to make this simple for you all. Okay. All right. So to all the Spiffies, Marty, Donna, everybody, thank you. So we had a lot of fun with this and we thought we would share it. So let me just tell you, let's first make the pattern. And I just love it. I think I'm going to show you. And coincidentally, this was like Saturday night that I came home and did all this pattern. I think it was Sunday or Monday. Somebody sent me, one of you sent me a photo that was exactly the same thing, except it was all beaded and really fancy and beautiful. I mean, it was really exquisite. And I don't even remember the price point. I don't remember if it was on there. But anyway, so I want you to see that there's lots of uses for something like this. So for me, I just have on today jeans and a t-shirt. And then you can see to throw this on is just really takes it up a notch. Okay, so let's do the pattern first. You don't have to make a pattern. I'm just going to show you how to make the fabric. This is a square that's 26 by 26. That's it, 26 by 26. So you'll need a yard of fabric. You're going to fold it in half to make your triangle, and you're going to fold it in half again to make a smaller triangle. On one of the corners, come in 2.5 inches, 2.5, 2.5, and snip it off. And that will give you all those complex angles I was trying to measure out. Okay. Because this equals this. It's the same thing. Okay, so now, so you've got, it was 26 by 26. By the time you cut it off, you'll get all the angles. If you come in 2.5 inches and 2.5 inches, it'll create that angle for you. And I needed all my spiffing ladies listening to me tell them how complex it is to, gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. Listen to tell me how complex it is to make it simple. So they made it simple. Okay, so once you cut it, and we're going to do it, I did it at 3 different fabrics. I did it out of knits and wovens both. And I'll get to the fabric just a minute. But when I cut it, I actually put this on the fold, bias fold. I thought it was a little easier to cut. It's a little easier to get even if you do it that way, as opposed to if you try to cut it flat. But it's your scarf, your deal, you do however you think is easiest. So I made a bias fold and I cut it where this was the fold, the inside of my triangle or the inside of my square. All right, then these 2 cut edges, they're going to come together. So you're going to do right sides together and you're going to stitch it, and it gets stitched along here, and that's it. So on this blue one, what I did is I stitched it so you could see that here's the fold that's going on. I opened it, I put these edges together, and I just took the serger and serged along those. So then when you go to wear it, you put those together, you fold them together, so it's the wrong sides together, and that becomes your, I'm going to take this one off for a minute. That's actually it. That goes at center back, and that's it. That's your scarf. All right, so that's the pattern. The fabrics are endless and the trims are just incredibly fun. So you want to really look at, am I doing knit or woven? If I'm doing the knit, any direction doesn't make a difference. If I'm doing the woven, I want to put it on a bias. because I need that bias drape. What I did is I finished the edges. I did one with a rolled hem, and I did one where I just folded it over and top stitched. And I don't know, I don't know which one I like better. I like them both, so I don't think it matters, however you decide to finish it. And I kept the layers separate. You could do them together, you know, there's lots of options, like I said. And then what I did is I put these beautiful, those little black crystals on them, just because this particular one, this is a really pretty silk. This is fabric number 1590. It's beautiful. If you've got some beautiful silks and you just think, gosh, I don't know, you know, I don't want to sew on them, this is really easy. And it's beautiful. And the silks are what, you know, you pay a lot of money for in the stores. But if you have a poly, that's really beautiful. And of course you don't want to, you know, maybe wear a poly blouse, then you could just make a poly. Just again, make sure your drape is there. And just because it's lightweight doesn't mean you have good drape. You're looking for really dense fabric. So this one, I just really like it. And I just randomly put those crystals, I only put them on the top, didn't put them on the bottom, iron, 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 just randomly put them everywhere, and they're beautiful. Okay, crystal, here, these are the iodine crystals. And you can see I only used 1/3 of a column out of a whole page. I didn't use that much. There's the fabric. These crystals are also fun. When you can actually put them anywhere, because when you cut off both sides, then you only have the crystals in the middle left. And there's no reason why you couldn't sew right across periodically and put them on the edge. I think that would be really pretty also. But again, however dressy you want to make it. All right, so with this one, what I did is, this is a knit, and I wanted to fringe it. So again, there's the back seam. So what we know about fringing is you can only cut it one direction. So what I did is I cut a piece, and I haven't finished all this because I wanted to show you. It's 4 inches wide, and it's the length, so you know, 26 all the way around. You can cut it in pieces, it doesn't make a difference because you can overlap it. And I left the edges raw, and I wrapped it inside the scarf. So I put the 2 edges of the scarf, and I put 2 layers of the fringe so that I could hide the seam. And I put 1 layer of the fringe on the top, 1 layer on the bottom, and I encased the edges, the raw edges of the scarf now, and put that together. All right, so then all I started doing was cutting and pulling. Bam. I made little 1/2 inch cuts or less, 1/4 inch cuts. Because you're encasing the seam, you could go ahead and sew right in there, but it's not going to hold it any better. This is not going anywhere. So you can see the 2 edges of the seam, the scarf, and then 1 layer of the fringe on top and 1 layer on the bottom. And that's what makes it happen. And then you can just have a fringe scarf all the way around. And I think they're all just incredibly cute. So again, remember, my job is to give you the ideas. Your job is to take it to all these crazy levels, which I expect you to do, and then post them on Facebook, and so everybody can see what everybody else is doing. And it's a lot of fun. So whether you use iron-on crystals, sew-on crystals, fringe, or nothing. No, you don't have to even finish the edge at all. And it's just talk about quick projects. This is quick. It'll take you longer to make the square. And then if you don't make the pattern, then it's even a little quicker. So from Silhouette Patterns, happy sewing.